We are back. Joining us today is Ruth Elizabeth Lewis of the Daytoness Real Estate Team with Remax. Ruth, tell us this then. What is the toughest part about being in real estate?
The toughest part about being in real estate, I mean, from when I started to now, it has changed. I think right now the toughest part is recognizing that the market has changed and that the activities in order to generate transactions need to change. So I think a lot of people, it's taken some time for them to appreciate and accept the fact that times have changed and we might need to put more work in to get transactions done. We need to manage expectations. So I think just sort of guiding your clients as well as guiding yourself through this changing market is probably the biggest source of stress right now.
So the changing market, it pricing has to be one thing, but what about inventory? Is inventory like available homes to buy or sell? Is that something that's changed in the last couple of years?
Well, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster. So right now we are seeing an influx of properties coming up on the market. So for a while we definitely had an inventory shortage, but right now actually what we're seeing is that something that we look at is months of inventory. So that's for the amount of buyers that there are in the market, or the average number of transactions that are happening and how many homes are available. Right now, we're seeing that get longer. So there's a
Oh,
greater length of inventory. So right now, we are seeing an influx of houses coming up in the market, and what we're having a challenge with now is getting the buyers to snatch up that inventory.
okay. We talked in the first segment about it being a stressful occupation. So, tell us something that you do, or how do you handle that stress, and what do you do to relieve that stress and decompress?
So I am in a unique position that I always had a side hustle in the fitness industry. So fitness was always a big passion of mine. And I think 8 years ago now, I got a certification to be a personal trainer. It's never something that I've done full time, but having that certification and keeping fitness in my life has been huge. I still teach some classes when I have time. And having that outlet of yoga and working out has been huge for me.
And is diet part of that too? Because that's what I have a problem with that. There's fitness, there's diet, and all that kind of shit. It's got
Well,
to be a lifestyle thing,
I'll t
right?
yeah, I'll tell you, I did stop and get a slice of pizza on the way up here.
There you go. Well
So
done.
everything in moderation, but absolutely, you don't wanna be constantly eating junk, you wanna drink a lot of water. There's definitely a culture in this business of, indulging in, a lot of rich meals, alcohol, that kind of thing, so just being mindful of that, and while we're doing all of our networking, throwing a glass of water into the mix doesn't hurt.
Okay. Well, in a lot of careers, when people get into it, they have a mentor, they have someone they look up to. Do you have that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a member of the Day Dentist team with Remax, and the reason that I chose to go with that team is that I specifically wanted to work with the team leader, Greg DeDennis, and he has played a huge role in helping me to uh, be successful in being a full-time realtor. There are other realtors that I look up to in the business. Amy Youngren is someone who she has been incredibly successful, and she's also really made herself available to help other realtors and newer realtors find success. So absolutely, there are people in this industry that I look up to and turn to when I need help.
You're relatively new in in the career of real estate.
Mhm.
What's the biggest challenge for someone beginning a career in real estate?
Well, it is there are many challenges
Mm.
to starting a career in this business, and I think that the biggest one is probably just having a deep conviction and faith in yourself that you can do this. Because for me, when I started out, it felt like making something out of nothing. I didn't know who my first client was going to be. I didn't know how I was going to make this happen. I just believed that I could do it. And when I started, I really didn't know what to do with my time. I didn't know how to make it happen. And I think a lot of people go through that, and some people drop out within their first year. So you really have to have that strong faith that you can do this.
How did you celebrate your first sale?
I think I just went to work the next day because then it's like, well, where's my next sale coming from?
It motivated you? It got you?
Yeah, well, they say the best time to do a deal is right after you just did a deal because you've got that momentum going. So yeah, I probably didn't do too much.
I love it. I love it. We need to take a break. More with Ruth Elizabeth Lewis when we continue on Canadian Innovators. Stay with us.